Good evening and welcome to Rhythm and Blues, Preservation Society, Monday Music Spotlight, Women's History Month celebration. I'm your host, President, Founder, CEO Perry Thompson. Tonight I'll be interviewing award-winning international recording artist Miss Candace Woodson. So let's get on now. All right, so my name is Woodson. So looking forward to interviewing her and to the invite just now. Wait for Ms. Woodson. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Anyone on the live yet? Not yet. Woodson. She on yet? She's another invite. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This time the woman, it was actually my first interview on Instagram Live. I'd like to welcome back international award-winning recording artist Miss Candace Woodson. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, and how are you doing?
I am great. Thank you for joining us for our last Women's History Month Monday Music Spotlight, honoring women in music. So what's going on? So let's,
Oh,
I know a lot been going on with your career since the last time we spoke. So let's just go back a little bit. Now, where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Paducah, Kentucky. Hey,
Wow.
I Culture Radio. I gotta say they added my song to the rotation, so I gotta give a shout out. I see you. I see you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, where is that? What part of Texas is that Houston part? Dallas? Is that close to Houston or Dallas?
Well, Paducah, Kentucky is close to Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not. It's not.
Okay, Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky. Okay.
Right. So.
Okay, Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky. Okay, okay,
Right.
cool.
Right.
So, how
Hey,
many?
I see you. I see
Okay.
you. I see y'all.
So, when did you actually started? How old were you when you started singing?
I started singing as early as 5 years old. I remember that, and I had my sisters, and we had our group called the Park Sisters, and we did gospel. But I always knew that I belonged in front of that stage, and I just couldn't leave it. They went on to marry and have families and so forth. I went on to Tennessee State, and I graduated with the first to graduate with a commercial music degree. And I just knew that entertainment was my life. I knew it, and so that I'm just thankful for, that I've gotten an opportunity to do something that I love.
Okay, so when did you start actually singing professionally?
Well, I've always dabbed into it. Even as young as in high school, I was
Okay.
offered to be a part of a band, but my family wasn't trying to hear it. And then when I went to Southwestern Christian College, I actually made it for the lead vocalist for the band. So I was always dabbing in it, in and out, you know, to be a part of it. But you know, unfortunately, because we live in a society that if you're not in the right place at the right time, if you don't know the right person, you know, it could turn out not in the way that you would like. So I'm still in it. I'm thankful for that, but it's a struggle.
So when did you? So were you performing in clubs in your early beginning of your career, or were you doing commercials, or?
I did actually. I did. I was in commercials. I did jingles, and I did, you know, all of those things. And then I created a band called the Candace, Woodson, and the Domino Theory Band in Hilton Head, South Kakalaki. And I'll just never forget it. I was singing one night at a supper club, and his name was Chester. And he said, "Stop singing in these clubs." He said, "Because you'll look up and that's all you'll do." He said, "Because you're better than that." And it was like I took heed, and Cayenne and Dan, oh, my babies. Oh, hey, Cayenne and Dan. How did y'all catch Miss Woodson doing this? All right. Oh, I also teach school. So I've got some students that are online going, we say hi, I say hi, happy spring break.
So you stopped singing in clubs after that meeting with that gentleman. You stopped singing in clubs.
And I started recording, and I created, the first single was called Free. And so I did it. And from there, it just opened up, like I said, so many doors in the UK. And although I may not be where I want to be in the United States, but I'm thankful. I do have a presence. I do know that.
Now, I don't mean to cut you off, but what made you decide to be independent rather than signing to a major label?
Well, I actually did sign to a label. And they, you know, I was the number 3 artist. And I always put it like this. So you have Whitney Houston, you have Mariah Carey, and who's number 3?
Mm,
Right. They're on the shelf because
right,
they put number 3 on the shelf. And
right.
basically, that's what happened to me. I got put on the shelf for 3 years.
Wow.
So so that was very, very disappointing to have signed the deal and not be able to do, you know, have a label to back me. And after that was when I decided, I said, I just need to stay. I just need to be independent. And that's what I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so your first independent was Free. That was the first independent single that you did.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And that was released. Wow. Okay. So how was that reception of that song?
Well, I auditioned for The Voice. And when I didn't make it for The Voice, I was devastated because I actually sung the whole song and everybody was like, oh, we knew you were going to make it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we're not sending anybody through, so you didn't make it. I didn't make it. It was like, well, tell me why. And they wouldn't tell me why. And that's why I knew it was rigged. And so the elder's house that I was staying at in Nashville, Tennessee at the time, he said, I want to introduce you to. So he introduced me to Kendall. Kendall introduced me to Steve Ripley in the UK. And hey, Kenny, woo! He introduced me to Big Willie, I see you. Woo! So he introduced me to Steve Ripley. Steve Ripley believed. He heard me. Hey, intrigue with Audrey. Oh, my book up here. Hello, Marie. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, but this is wonderful. Everybody's coming on.
Cool. So he was the producer, Steve Ripley?
The producer, Steve Ripley, and he believed, and I actually was recording on my own, and Kendall didn't really know. And so, because he said, well, you need 6 songs. And I said, well, I have 6 songs. and he heard the song Free, and it went from there. But I also have to tell this story. Dwayne Butler from Intrigue magazine, who's on right now, which is the best magazine in the land.
Okay.
He heard the answer is no. And he heard it from the UK station. And he called around until he found out who it was. And he found out it was me. And he has just been a backbone and a support system to help me from the media side of it. Because you cannot be in this industry without having some social media presence, without being able to display a marketing platform. So I'm so appreciative for him to help me be able to stay on the independent status with some help.
Wow. That's cool. That's cool. So from Free, what because I know during that time, what year did that come out? Free.
Oh man, but you hurt me. You dated me. How long ago? It's been at least 10 years. 10 years. 10 years ago. Around 2014.
2014, right. Okay.
And Dan, hey guy, woo! Let's see. Oh yeah, 2014. And once it came out, we did a remix with Tom Glide. And it just went from there. After that was The Answer Is No. After that was Nothing Better. And then I did the album Desire.
Right.
And then I signed with Expansion Records.
Right. Expansion, right. And that came out that came out in 2019, right?
Oh, you did your homework. Come on through. Yes, sir. 2019. Yes, it did. So yeah, 2019. And that solidified me in that UK market, I believe. And from there, Gary Vandenbush became a big part of my process. He got me with Nigel Lewis. I started writing with Carrie Davis, and we wrote the song Midas Touch. And that after that, when Midas Touch came out, that took off to a whole nother level.
That's nice. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that album. So wow. So from your debut album, then you start working on your second album, and that song is Perfect. Am I correct?
Correct. Perfect was written by Valerie Simpson.
Really?
And Gary gave me that song because he was saving it for the Jones girl, Brenda Jones. He was saving it for her. He was going to come back and do a solo project.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, she got hit. She was hit by a car in Atlanta, and she.
Right. Yes, he did.
And he told me, he said, "I've got the perfect song for you," and I was so thankful that he passed that on to me. I really was.
Wow. And Valerie Simpson wrote the song?
Valerie Simpson wrote the song, but not only did she write the song, she sent me a personal email giving me her blessings of my delivery of it. And she said I had the vocal power to get it out. So last July, a year ago, I went to New York, went to the Sugar Bar, went to perform for her.
That's her club, right.
And she gave me a standing ovation.
For all those who don't know Valerie Simpson was and still is one of the most prolific songwriters of all time. Her and her late husband, Nick Ashford, wrote some of the greatest songs of all time. Ain't No Mountain High Enough, The Boss. Motown's catalog is very heavy with Ashford and Simpson songs.
And the unique thing about Perfect, it had many lives. Like we had the ballads.
Right.
Nigel Lewis version. Then we had the Dan Matthews version that actually went to #1 Billboard Music Weekly. So it actually went #1 in Germany Pop Magazine. It actually went #1 on the UK Soul Chart, and it went #1 on Weekly Music with, like I said, with Dan Matthews. And I'm just so thankful that that song was put into my life.
Wow. That's incredible. I mean, it's a great song. And the way it ends, the ending is like, Sound like it needs to be a part two of it.
Oh, you hear that, Dan? They want another. They want another version.
It sounds like it'd be a part two. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
it's a great song. It really is.
well, it's amazing that you say that because the album itself, the perfect album,
Right.
right now, the song Better Days, which was the
Yeah.
jazz cut, is
Yeah.
actually being promoted at smoothjazz.com. It's on 22 jazz stations right now. And this is an album. Hey Barry, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm talking about Better Days. What timing? It's his favorite song. But Barry also said that it was a hit before anybody else. BTM Club, shout out. So yes, so right now that song is actually being shopped at Jazz, and everyone in the States is kind of getting a feel of the song that he said best track ever. So everyone now is getting a feel of a track that when my album came out, Barry was the first to play it. He was like, "This is the one. This is the song right here." So even though the album was released in 2022, it still is living because the album it had no bad songs on it. It really didn't. Anything could have been a single. Any number could have been a single.
Right. It's a great. Yeah. I like Midas Touch too. That's a great cut too. That's a real nice cut. Yeah.
That had many lives. They had the original. It had the Steppers. It had the Nigel Lewis version.
Right.
So all the songs have had a different life, many lives in order to just live on.
Wow. Now, tell me. Now, you have toured. You have toured the UK for many, many years. What's your favorite place to perform at, and what place has been your biggest reception as far as getting so much admiration?
Wow. See, 2 years ago, I was on the Giants of Soul tour with Denise Williams, Alexander O'Neill, Gwen Dickey from Rolls Royce, Jackie Graham, Janet Kay, Tunde. And, that was the best tour ever. And each place that we went had its own unique memory.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to just select a place in the UK that is my favorite, it is very difficult for me to do because I love the UK. Not only because of the love that they give me, but any place that I perform in the UK is the best because I'm performing to people who like the Candace Woodson experience. I'm performing to people who help give the brand and make it actually a brand.
Right. That's great. That's good. That's great to know. I mean, so many legendary artists in black music have gotten more love outside the U.S. Why do you feel that the legends of soul music, like this, because you're like, you chose the legends of soul, you're a legend, so you're an international artist. Why do you feel that black artists get more appreciative more outside of the U.S. than here?
Well, I believe it's because the love of music, it is different in the UK than it is in the United States. Because in the United States, it's the love of money. It's not the love of music. And because if it were the love of music in the United States, there are so many people who can sing. There's so many people or other talented individuals. They just don't get the opportunity.
Right.
It takes money, it's who you know, it's numbers. It's just so many different things that's required in the United States in order to even be considered an artist. Where I believe the UK, they value just good music. I think they just value artists that can sing. They value their talent.
Right.
And because of that, like I said, I'm fortunate that they've given me a career that is long lasting, and I'm thankful for that.
Right, because so many legendary artists, like you have a #1 song on U-Check. Miss Melba Moore had a #1 song UK last year, a #1 song. And I just found out recently that Katie Staten, who they did it on last night, her album went gold in Belgium. She just had a gold in Belgium. So I mean, these legendary artists are really getting love outside of the U.S. So it's really amazing how y'all are really getting love outside of the U.S. And I mean, like I said, it should be balanced. It should be balanced here as well. Unfortunately, it's not. But I'm glad that y'all are getting love. You know, you're being appreciative of your music and your talent. So it's a great thing.
Right, and I cannot overlook Canada because
Absolutely.
Canada, Germany, Australia,
Right.
even Japan.
Mm.
You know, they really have really embraced the Netherlands. 2 years ago, when I won the LDM award for Best Song of the Year,
Wow.
that is a station out of New York, but it's also affiliated with Australia and other places like that. So
Wow.
it's not only the UK, it really is just a international fan base that's just embracing me, where I'm so thankful.
Wow. That's great. That's I mean, you have won so many different accolades, so many different awards. Which one to you really, which one really which one are you really, I mean, you've won so many different awards. Which one for you is the one that really like touches your heart? Which one really touches your heart?
Well, I'm appreciative for all of them. I really am. Because I've had the #1 song of the year on the UK Soul Chart. That's
Wow.
an accomplishment. That meant for the entire year.
Yeah.
And that's all of, that was Bruno Mars. That was, Confunction. That was Mesa. That's all the heavy hitters. Will Downing. That's all of, those that are involved with that chart. So to have had the #1 song, oh, just I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for that. But my hometown gave me the Duchess of Paducah. And I don't take that lightly, to also be a country girl from, like I said, Paducah, Kentucky, and to be recognized by your own. I also see that also as a blessing.
Right.
Because sometimes your own, they don't acknowledge you. But I can say that, Paducah, Kentucky came through.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, in 2014, now you are a breast cancer survivor.
I am.
Now, during that time when you were going through that, did that change? How did that change your perspective of your career and your life in general?
Well, the first thing, I know I'm blessed because I don't have to be here, because there aren't a lot of people who can say they are survivors.
Yeah.
So my concept was, it's on me, not in me. So get off of me, because I have work to do. I need to raise my sons. I need to do my music career. There's so much more living that I have to do. So I'm not going to be held back by something like this. So take it off. We're moving on, and we're going from there. And it's a true story. 28 days after my surgery, I actually did John Mellencamp's daughter's wedding reception. Because I was like, because I have to get going. And if you are a member of a club that you do not want to be a member of, but you also have a mindset that you don't have time for the small stuff anymore. If it's not of value, if it doesn't have anything to do that's going to be positive, then you realize you don't want anything to do with it.
Right. Wow. Wow. What during that time you were healing, you're going through the process of healing? Which song that you recorded, or any song that really inspired you to continue to keep going?
There's a song that I wrote called Nothing Better. And that song was written because a hometown friend passed away at a very early age. He was a truck driver. He left back 5 little children. I'm talking about like stair steps. And I thought about how he was working so hard, and that he was working so hard that what's better than love? Money? No. Things? No. So he's not here to even talk about it anymore, but he was going out to go make that dollar. He was trying to hustle. And I wrote that song really saying that there's nothing better than love. You know, no matter what else you have on this earth, there's nothing better than love.
Yes, ma'am. Wow. And you are living proof. I mean, you're still here.
Yes.
You're giving the love of music, and people appreciating what you're doing. It's a great feeling. And now you're constantly touring all around. You're constantly touring. Now you are touring with a legendary artist in Europe. Tell us about that tour you went with a legendary artist.
Well, I will be going to the UK, and I will be touring with Alexander O'Neill, his farewell tour. But before I do that, here in Florida at Boca, I will be having a show, and it's called Boca Black Box. But you would get to hear Candace Woodson sing The Greats. And I'm going to do everybody. I'll do Whitney, I'll do Gladys, Patty, I'll do Phyllis, my girl. And there's just
You said Phyllis Hyman. I think you said Phyllis Hyman.
Well, I have a special connection with Phyllis. When I played her in the Stairway to Heaven play, okay. I actually was, her family actually gave me her jacket. And so I actually have the Phyllis Hyman jacket with me because they saw me portray her, and it was their gift to me. So I'm really, really thankful that they appreciated the performance, but I've been a lifetime fan. As a matter of fact, I'm going in the studio Wednesday, and I'm going to record a tribute song to her that I personally written. And I just believe that it's going to take off because of the way that the Whispers did the song to Donny Hathaway, the way that was a dedication to him. I believe that this song is going to have the same effect.
Okay. That's good. Wow. So how did you get hooked up with Mr. Alexander O'Neill?
Well, when we did the Giants of Soul tour, he actually saw me perform, and if you know Alexander O'Neill, I must have done okay, because had I not, he's pretty honest, so he would probably say, but he didn't. So I'm just thankful that Craig Brown and Stilky and all of them think enough of me to bring me back.
Wow. Now this is his farewell tour, so for him to bring you on his last tour, that's amazing.
It really is, and I don't take it for granted either. I don't.
Right. That's amazing. This is his last. Hopefully, I can do an interview with him before he retires. I mean,
that would be great. You know what? What would really be great if we could do one together about the tour.
Let's make it happen. I'm with it.
All right. All right.
I'm with it. Wow.
That sounds good. That sounds great.
So now, you're on tour now in the UK. You're touring now. Your album Perfect is selling, is blowing up. So I mean, number one on the UK chart. I mean, you're getting so much love now. I mean, I guess now the Voice is. I guess the show is like maybe more of a thing.
Well, I would like to think so, because how they say the best revenge is success, and I very easily could have folded, because in this industry, it can really make you feel like that you're not good enough, that whatever you do is not it's not up to their part, or like I've been told that I'm too old, I'm too this, they don't know what to do with my music. I've been told everything.
Right.
But I don't do it for them. I do know that it's a God God-given gift. And I've been blessed that I know that there are many out there that really like the Candace Woodson experience.
Right.
So until God tells me to stop, I'm going to keep going.
There you go. Hey, that's a positive word. I mean, you have definitely stood the test of time. You overcame obstacles in your career and in your health. You're still here. It's a blessing that you're still here. I mean, I'm so glad that you have, you're capping off our Women's History Month, Money Minute Spotlight, telling your career. Circling back to you. I mean, we've grown as an organization. You have grown more as an international artist. So I'm glad how your career is going. I definitely want to keep connected with you, Ms. Candace Woodson, because you mentioned Canada, you mentioned the UK. I'm international. We are an international now as well. The Rhythm Blues Pennsylvania side. We work with Canada and we work with the UK as well. So I definitely want to continue to work with you. I definitely want to connect with you more. Possibly doing some networking with your people. I'm going to continue to promote what you're doing, because Black music culture is very important. And
Yeah.
I'd like to know from you, this is Women's History Month, who are some of the, you're doing a women's history, you're doing a women's dedication tour in Florida, honoring the women in music. What is that, to do that, honoring the women of soul music, what is that feeling for you?
Well, we as women, we have it hard because we're already a minority, and then it's an industry that's mainly male driven, and so it's difficult to navigate into this business just the same way maybe that a male can. So I feel very privileged that I represent women who have dreams, because this was my dream. This was my goal. I've been singing all my life, and I was just determined that I have a place in this industry. I know that I belong, and I just wanted to share my gift. I wanted people to hear, my thought pattern, or the things that I love, the songs that I want to sing. And so I'm just happy to represent women. I'm happy to be a part of this show for this Black Women's History Month.
Wow. Well, you say you teach. What do you teach?
I teach civics, believe it or not. Yes, I do. And I even have a little course. So shout out to Deerfield Beach Middle.
Okay.
And I have a little course. We just did a Black History program. We went around to a lot of different schools.
Okay.
So they're finding out that Miss Woodson, she has her hands in a lot of things. She wears a lot of hats.
Good. That's always great to teach the youth. Well, it's all about educating the youth. I mean, that's great that you're giving back, educating on the children, on the youth. That's a great thing. Ms. Woodson, I mean, I'm just so glad that you're continuing, your career is growing more. You're getting more accolades for your career. It's a great feeling. I'm very honored that you joined us tonight on our Women's History Month Money Beat Spotlight. It's been such a I learned more now. I've learned more about you with the second interview. So I appreciate you being on here. Why is it so important that Black music be respected and recognized?
Black music should be respected and recognized because it is the foundation of our history. This is where we tell our story. This is how we express ourselves. There was no other way for the slaves to express themselves except to sing the songs, except to send messages through songs. So songs are healing. Songs have a way to unite. And there's no way that we should not continue to support each other. I support everyone out there. Anyone who has a dream, who's an indie artist or mainstream artist, we're all one family, and we all need to make it. We all need to make it in order to keep our music alive.
That's right.
And so that's what I see. That's why it's very important, because we do more than just make music. It keeps our culture going. It helps the next generation to have something to build off of.
What a great statement and very true statement, Ms. Woodson. Again, it's just been such. I thank you for being on our Money Music Spotlight, ending our Women's History Month Money Spotlight. I appreciate you. Very talented lady, very classy, very, very, very talented. I mean, you're award winning. You're internationally known. I just want people to know that you know there's more for you. I see more. There's more than Woodson. Don't sleep on it. Don't sleep.
You're right. Oh, if the Lord is willing, and I know He is, I'm telling you, we've got more good stuff coming. We really, really do.
And I know. I mean, if Alexander O'Neal gave you you know it's on.
Oh, thank you. He said the Queen Kenny, Skim Beats Radio. Thank you so much, Kenny. He has been such a support too, and I just appreciate everybody who's just kind of rolled up their sleeves and said, "Let's just help you get out there."
I'd love to do an interview with him. You gotta link me up with that gentleman. I'd love to do an interview with him.
Yeah, we'll do that. You hear that, Kenny? I got you, man. Yes, that would be wonderful. Oh, that's great. I mean, this has been fantastic. I've seen so many of you all stroll. I'm sorry I haven't been able to say hi to everybody. Hey, Reese, what up, girl? From Paducah. I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for being a part. And go download CandaceWoodson.com. I'm on every digital platform. Go check out the album Perfect. Go check out the album Desire. The new single out right now, Better Days, if you love jazz. But if you want something that's going to stimulate you in a way to make you think and make you feel like you don't have to be anything but what you are. No, trying to be perfect is not even a part of what we're even talking about. That's the reason why she wrote the song. And Nick Asper, that's why they wrote the song. Because we live in a society to make us feel like we have to be perfect, but we don't. We just need to be yourself.
I love to interview Miss Simpson. We gotta make that happen too. We got.
All right. Okay. Yes, that's great.
We like you said, we gotta stay together. We gotta stay connected with each other. You know what I mean? We gotta keep Black culture alive. We gotta work with each other. So, Ms. Woodson, let's keep in touch. Let's keep connected. I appreciate you being on the Money Music Spotlight, a Women's History Month celebration. I wish you continued success in all your endeavors. Blessings to you and your family. I'm just anyone's success is my success, because our organization is about preserving Black music culture, and that's what you're doing. You're contributing, and we salute you as a contributor to Black music culture. And I thank you for being on our Money Music Spotlight.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure being here. And you keep doing what you're doing, because we need you. We need to help you make it, because you are preserving the Black music. And we need someone who is saying, I'm making this priority, because there are so many unsung heroes in the Black music. And another person that I need to hook you up with is Mike Boone, because he does all of those documentaries on all of those the Black artists.
I'm with it.
All right, you ready? I'm gonna make it happen. I have work to do. I just yeah, we do. We have work to do. That is correct.
I just like to let everyone know that we are a nonprofit organization, the Rhythm and Blues Preservation Society. If you'd like to make a donation, you go to our Cash App, $ RBPSOC18, PayPal.me/RBPS18, and our Venmo at RBPSOC. All donations tax deductible and are appreciated. Again, thank you, Ms. Woodson, for being on our Money Meter Spotlight. Let's stay connected. Let's keep working together. Hook me up, let's continue Black Media Culture, keep it pushing forward, continue what you do. I thank you again. Blessings to you and your family.
Get your ticket. April 24th, Boca Black Box.
All right, girl.
Get your tickets.
Now, this has been a...
Hey, get your tickets for that too. Oh, thanks. Get your tickets.
You heard it. You heard the lady. Get your tickets for the show. She's going to tear it up. Eyes
have not seen, ears have not heard. I'm telling you.
This is the Money Meter Spotlight. I'm Mr. Perry Thompson, CEO of the Rhythm Blues Celebrating Society. Ms. Candace Woodson, thank you again for being on. We thank everyone who joined our live. Shout out to everybody. We wish everyone a good night. Have a positive week. Again, Ms. Woodson, much love to you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.